Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received. The translation reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story? I still remember the day that I first heard that Olerato had gotten married. I was happy for him. At least I lied to myself. I told myself that I was, but I was not. We had been best friends since we were kids, sharing secrets, laughing at silly jokes, and dreaming of what our lives would look like one day. I thought that we would grow up together, that we would both have these beautiful lives side by side. I even thought that when it came time for us to buy houses, we'll buy houses right next to each other. But somehow things started going differently for her. She got the man, the house, financial freedom and security, everything that I always wanted but could not seem to find. And as much as I tried to celebrate her, there was this feeling deep inside that I could not just shake. People do not like to admit it, but jealousy, it eats at you bit by bit in ways that you do not even expect. I would hear people around the neighborhood talking, saying how lucky Lerato was, how she had landed a good man who loved her, who treated her like a queen. Every time someone said it, it was like salt being rubbed in a wound. I would think about how many men would come into my life only to leave me behind, and there she was, getting everything that I had struggled for. But no one knew how much I was hurting inside because I wore a mask, pretending that I was fine, that I was happy for her. And in some twisted way, I convinced myself that I deserved a bit of what she had, that it was not fair for her to have it all. It was the bitterness that finally led me to the Sangoma. I had heard of her through someone in our community. They said that she was powerful, that she could do things most healers would not even dare. I had never been to a Sangoma for something like this, and honestly, I was truly nervous. I was afraid of what I might be getting myself into, but that jealousy, it was way stronger than my own fear. I told the Sangoma what I wanted, that I needed to take back some power for myself, that I was tired of being Lerato's shadow. She listened without saying much, just nodded as if she had done this many times before. When I finished, she simply told me to bring back a 6-pack of Savannah that I was going to buy, and this alcohol, it was supposed to be drunk by my friend. I was not supposed to drink it, and I needed to make a plan to make sure that it was only her who would finish this 6-pack of Savannah. Otherwise, the charms, they were not going to work according to what the Sangoma told me. I did not know what to expect, but I did as she asked me. I went and I bought, and then from work, I then left the drinks there. I did not know what she did with the drinks, but she told me to trust her, for she was preparing them, and a terrible spirit from there on will be following Lerato. A few days later, just before weekend, I went back to collect the 6-pack. She handed it to me with this calm expression, as if what we had done was the most normal thing in the world. But when I looked at her, I saw that there was something that was demonic about her. I pushed the feeling aside, convincing myself that this was my right, that I deserved to be happy too. And if I was sad, she also needed to be sad. So then that was when I invited her, and I did not invite our other friends. It was only her. She came to my place for a casual catch-up. I had the drinks chilled in the fridge, waiting. When she arrived, I acted like nothing was wrong. I gave her the drink, and I would take others from the same cooler box, but the way that I had placed them in such a way that I was the one who would be handing her some. Later on, one of our friends joined us, and I was standing guard over that cooler box because she was the only one who was supposed to drink the 6-pack. She was laughing, smiling, telling me about her husband, a new home, all the plans that they had. Oh, she looked so happy. I hated how her happiness made me to feel so small, so invincible. So I kept on offering her more and more. She did not notice anything. She did not notice that what she was drinking was something that was going to destroy her from the inside out. That was when she started coming to my house less often, but when she did, I noticed that she was drinking more, and she told me that she could not go for a day without drinking alcohol. One night when I was returning back from work, I saw that her husband's car was parked close to my place. I got out of the vehicle and spoke with him. Since I was single at that time, I invited him. At first, I was not even thinking about sleeping with him, but when he was with me in my apartment, that was when I had this rush of feelings all over my body to taste a man. And the guy, he was looking sad, he was in pain, telling me that she was pregnant, and she kept on drinking alcohol, and this was affecting him because he was scared that there was something that was going to happen to the baby. So I made love to her husband, and we kept on talking. The guy will call me sobbing and crying, and then I told him that maybe she had done something to anger the ancestors. That was why she was destroying her marriage. Months went by, and she became such a heavy drinker, always fighting with her husband. She turned to alcohol. Even right now, she is now staying at her parents' house. It has been years. She still struggles. She lost her husband. Her child is now being taken care of by another woman who is now staying with her ex-husband. And that is what I wanted. But right now, since she is my friend, I feel that she has suffered enough. Should I forgive her? But where I stop at is like, if I were to forgive her, then what will happen after that? Because I won't be able to make her husband to get divorced from the new wife, can I? So it just does not make any sense to have her divorcing another woman who knows nothing so that my friend can return back to her husband. I know that I messed up big time, but please tell me, how can I make this right? What exactly am I supposed to do to make it right? I'll be following through in the comment section. To all those that will be insulting me, you can insult me as much as you want, but it just happened, and I was not even prepared that she was going to become an alcoholic. Like the woman, she drinks a lot, always drunk at all the times. She can't even operate without drinking alcohol, and I know that it is all because of me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our admin who received this message. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.